This is Carl at National RV Detroit. I'm going to walk you through this Forest River Cedar Creek Experience fifth wheel, and the model number is 39 RKB. Okay, so this is going to be a how-to video. I'm just going to show you some of the features, okay, and how they work. So here we are at the door side rear. You've got slide toppers all the way around. Storage, of course. You have an automatic leveling system on here, and it is a 6-point system. You can see the jacks here, 3 on each side. There's your second, and then of course your landing gear up front. I'll show you where the control panel for that is when we get to it. So you also have a power awning with LED strip. Okay, this is a spray port for your coiled sprayer to hook up to, and this is just power out, 120 AC. Here we have a television. Okay, and pass-through storage. That is your 50 amp shore cord. So this is a 50 amp system. We're running on battery right now, battery and solar. Okay. Oops. These are your LP tanks here, 2 of them, 2 30-pounders. This is just storage here, as you can see. Your battery compartment is here. This is the controller for your landing gear. Right now it's got a default pass or pin in there, password 5241, so you light up the screen by tapping it and put in 5241, enter it, and there you have it. You can read through the directions, but you have auto level. You can operate your you can have retract. Obviously you've got several different options. You can reset your points, re-zero it if you need to. So it tells you a lot. So that's where it's all done from. Okay. Here we have the other side of your pass-through storage, of course, and the water station. So you can operate your, because this has hydraulic slides in it, you know, when you push the main switch inside the trailer, it'll just put one slide out, then the next one, then the next one, then the next one, of course. Over here, you can operate them independently. So you can set, if you need to just bring one in and out, for example, you can set it from here. Okay, which is a great feature. You have 2 gray and a black tank here. Okay, this is the kill switch for your battery right here. Oh, let me get down here. There we go. This is where your sprayer hooks up here also. Low point drains here. And your basic cable and satellite through. Your front lights. So you have 5 different configurations for your valves here. So you city water, I'm trying to see where we're in now. Right now, like city water would be right here. If you look at the drawing here, this would be city water, the most common way to get water to the trailer. You would just hook your fresh water hose right up to there, and you'll be all set. If you're boondocking, for example, you would fill the tank first while you're at someplace that has city water. So you would use this configuration here, right, which matches that. And then when you go to dry camping to pump the water out of the fresh water tank. So even if you're camping someplace without city water hookup, you can pre-fill your tank and then pump it out of your water tank just by configuring these valves in the correct position. Okay, so let me just put them back to the most common. You also winterize here, sanitize, that sort of thing. This is your black tank flush. So after you dump your black tank, right here, you leave this valve open, like it says on the sticker. Always leave the valve open. You leave this black valve open. You'd hook your hose at the dump station on right there, turn it on, and spray out the tank. That'll clean off all the sensors just to get the tank really clean. Then you can unscrew it and you can close the black tank. But always leave the valve open when you're flushing it. You don't want too much pressure to build up. Okay, shut that off. This has on-demand water. So the thing to remember here, this is your master switch. It's off right now. If it's not working, right now we're winterized, so we're not going to be running it. So it's off for the season. But if for any reason you can't get it working, always make sure you come out here and make sure somebody didn't accidentally shut it off. So that would be on, of course, and that's off. Okay. On-demand water, endless supply. Okay. This is where you hook your 50 amp service up to. Like I said, slide toppers on all the slides. This is your furnace, and you have a galley tank here, which is another great tank. And you have more storage. Okay, as we come around the back, you can see there's a housing for a backup camera kit, a Furrion kit. So if you're interested in getting that, we sell them here. You can get them elsewhere. Just make sure you get the Furrion kit that fits that housing. Also, while we're looking up, the manufacturer states every 90 days the roof should be inspected. So that's up to you to take care of that. It's important to inspect your roof, obviously. Okay, let's go inside. Inspecting the roof should be part of your regular maintenance. People generally don't do it enough. Okay. Alright, so first of all, this is the power converter here. This converts AC to DC power. Here you have 120 AC circuit breakers, and they're all labeled. These are like you'd see at home. Then you have the power's converted from AC to 12 volt DC here, and they have 12 volt fuses, and they're all labeled here. This is also a battery tender, so it'll sense how much energy your battery up front has and needs, and it'll send it, as long as you're plugged into shore power, it'll send as many amps necessary to keep that battery charged up. Of course, when you're pulling down the road, your tow vehicle's alternator will be charging the battery. Okay? Okay, furnace here, self-explanatory. Okay, here. Okay, let's start. I mentioned you have the power converter here. Okay, and that converts 120 AC to 12 volt DC. You also get 12 volt DC from the solar panel on the roof. So this right here is your solar controller. There's this button here is the only one you really need to push. Right now it's telling us this is all DC power, so it's telling us there's 11.4 volts DC in the system right now, which is perfect. If you push it again, it's telling us we're gaining 1 amp from the sun right now, because it's an overcast, cloudy day, so we're only getting 1.0 amps from the sun, converted the sunlight is converted to 1 amp and is being stored in the battery. So keep in mind, it'll go up as you get a nice sunny day, and depending on the position of the sun in the sky and all the other factors, it'll go way up 8.5, and depending on where you're at and what time of day it is and all the conditions outside. Okay, but those are there's one more screen that tells us how many amp hours of storage we have. Okay, so that's that one button, and then you get the 3 screens, and they're all the 3 most important readings you can have. Okay, we're unplugged right now because somebody unplugged us from the pole because they're getting ready to move us. So it's been sitting here a while with it lit up, so you can see the battery's going down a little bit. But once it's plugged in, that'll all go right back up. And of course, there's literature with all this stuff, so you can always learn as much as you want to about all the components in the trailer. Okay. Here we have your typical control panel. You have your slide room switch. You can lock this slide room on and off. You have a awning. You have your lights. Your water pump is here. Remember we talked about the water pump? You use that to pump water out of the fresh water tank. If you don't have city water, you also use that water pump to winterize the trailer. You have heating pads on the tanks. So all the tanks have heating pads on them. So basically when you turn it on, it extends your camping season. You can stay out much longer in the early winter and go out early in the spring because you're heating your tanks. Okay. Then all your levels, of course, your battery and everything else is all here. Your tanks and all your levels. And I think that covers it. Yes. We come to here. This particular one is for your. Let's see here. Let me look around a bit. It's definitely for a ceiling fan, and I'm guessing it's the one over here. Let me just turn it on, I guess. It's a remote control, obviously. Let me just turn it on. Yeah, so it's this one back here. You can see that the lid is opening, the vent lid, and the fan is kicked on, so that's what that is. You can set different speeds of the fan. I believe you can set direction, and of course, close it or shut it down. It doesn't look like there's direction, but maybe there is. I could be wrong. Okay. So this one is for your paddle fan, your ceiling fan here, the one next to it. Okay, so I'll just shut that off. Okay, these sensors here are just for the heating and cooling system. They're just sensors. Alright, so we'll go this way. You have storage underneath your bench, obviously. This actually has silverware drawer in it and another leaf that pulls out. So it's a cool design. Here we have a desk, of course. On the desk we have some stuff. These are attachments for your vacuum. Comes with a vacuum cleaner. I believe that these are your remotes here. That's an empty box for your router that has already been installed. Paperwork. This is the controller for your tire monitoring system. It has to be programmed. You have to take it up to your tow vehicle and you keep it up there with you and you program it how you want it. Basically there's a sensor inside each tire stuck on the wheel opposite the valve stem. There's a sensor. And so when you're programming this, when you read the directions, you'll program each one of these sensors, and it'll tell you the tire pressure, it'll tell you the temperature of the hub. And then you can set limits to where it'll alert you through sound, usually through sound. And if you're losing tire pressure or if it's getting too hot, whatever. So that's what that is. This is just our paperwork, it looks like, yes. Let's continue to go this way. I'm not going to go through all the storage with you and everything because this is basically I'm basically showing you how the thing works. So refrigerator is self-explanatory how it works, obviously. All right. Here we have a neat kind of microwave, convection microwave. And of course, your regular oven. When it comes to, let's see what we got here. When it comes to the gas, I don't know how long if he's purged the air out of the, oh, there it goes right there. So you hold it for a second after it lights to heat it up a bit, then it stays on. Okay. It won't have to click this long when you're using it, because when you switch tanks, there's a little air bubble in there. So he obviously didn't purge it out yet, but you can see it's getting purged out now. There's the third one, and the oven works the same way. So it also has a ambient light, which is on, and then of course there's an oven light. This is your carbon monoxide LP gas detector. It should always be green. If it's not green, get it serviced. Don't wait, don't put it off, get it serviced immediately. It's important, of course. Storage. This is stuff for your sink. The sink is there's your keys, but the sink is a cool thing. There's pieces that fit inside here, right? There's one right here that goes here. This particular thing is the waterfall. So when you look at here, if you use this side of the on-off knob, this controls the waterfall. This side of it controls this. So you turn on the waterfall, and water is going to come streaming out just like a waterfall, and you can put your plates under there and wash it off that way. Obviously, you can use do it the regular way if you want. And this is a cup washer here. So you turn the cup upside down and you push it down on there, and it'll wash out, it'll spray out of there, and it'll spray your cup clean. And of course a soap dispenser. So it's pretty cool, especially the waterfall part. So, okay. Everything is self-closing, as you can see. Very nice fit and finish. The decor, the design is very current. It's both masculine and feminine in the sense that it's not one or the other, it's kind of both, so men and women can both appreciate it. It's all about how you trim it up, I guess, so like anything else. Let's see what else we have here. You have recliners here, of course, and it's powered. Your back and your footrest are powered. This here is a hide-a-bed, so you pull the cushions off, set them elsewhere, grab it down here and fold it out, and it's a 3-panel bed. Works really nice. Of course, this is your fireplace, comes with a remote. You can change the color of the crystals, change the color of the fire. Thermostat, it has a timer you could turn on and off, so it's a really good space heater. And it runs on regular campground power, so for those days where you don't quite need to run the furnace, you don't have to. You can run this and you just use campground power. And of course your television, which also has a remote. Okay, center room. This is a hide-a-bed also, so it could be a bedroom. Yep, that's a hide-a-bed. So it's also a bedroom, and you have a little desk and all the usual stuff. TV hook up here if you want to add a TV. So we have that. Here we have a loft for some kids or grandkids. Okay. The bathroom is pretty much self-explanatory. Your shower. The thing to remember is, most important thing to remember is always latch this in place. Latch these doors when you're traveling so they're latched just like this. If not, they're going to swing around, and odds are you travel enough with it, it'll wind up breaking one of them. So you want to latch them in place when you're traveling, and you'll never have that issue. This is a GFCI plug. All the plugs in the trailer are wired through a GFCI. Even the ones that are just regular plugs, they're still wired through this. So if you lose some of your AC receptacles, you'll come in here and see where it needs to be reset, okay? Even the one outside is wired through here. This is your, right now it's shut off, but this is your on-demand water. And basically, the thing to remember, if you don't have a water source available, it will not work, it will not light. It's got a sensor in it that would sense that your city water's hooked up and turned on. If it doesn't sense that, it will not turn on. The other thing The other option is that you have water in your fresh water tank and your water pump is turned on. It can sense that and it'll know it has fresh water. It will not light the burner unless it has a water source. So it's going to be set to around 120, which is pretty typical. You set it here, up and down here, and Celsius or Fahrenheit here. And basically once you turn it on, every time the hot water tap is turned on, it's going to light, and you'll see the temperature going up, and it'll stop at whatever you've got it set at. It'll just give you non-stop hot water until you shut a hot water valve off. Okay. All right. Very nice. Everything is just perfect. Of course, you got a powered fan in here, 4-speed fan. Here you have your top secret locker or your compartment for all your secret stuff. Like again, everything is self-closing. Okay. Escape window, another TV, of course. You come into here. It's prepped for a washer dryer, right? So it's already prepped. That is your rechargeable vacuum. Okay. Always latch here. Let me shut this off. If I could do it from here. I'm not sure if there's a separate switch or do I have to do it here? Let's see. I'll just do it there just to make sure. With these type of switches here, you put them in the center and it goes off, right? If you were to push it, in this case, to this side, it's a motion detector. So you can set them on motion detector, and as soon as you open the sliding door, the lights will turn on. So anytime you see this model light, this distinct model light, it means it has a motion sensor in it too. I'm just going to shut it off for now though. Okay. And like I started to say, always latch any sliding doors. You don't want them sliding around like I mentioned with the shower door. You want it sliding around and breaking something. So this one, oh, I wasn't showing you that. This one latches like this. There we go. Okay. And you have some storage. I would believe you have some storage under here. Yes. Yep, some more storage. Let me get it back down now. Okay. Lights and of course another sensor. Alrighty, I think that might cover it. Let me see what else we've got here, if anything. Okay. Yeah, the rest of it is pretty self-explanatory stuff. It's just storage and you know, you got a nice range hood, which is great. The sink is cool. As I look around, I think we've covered it all. So, okay, so I'm going to thank you for purchasing your trailer here at National RV Detroit. Please remember what I said about inspecting your roof every 90 days. Whoever inspects it is going to look for damage that could be caused by low branches, for example, road debris flying up there, that sort of thing. And then just check the seals, make sure everything's good and tight like it should be, okay? Also, this is winterized right now, so the water's been purged from the system and replaced with antifreeze. So you're all set for the winter time. Okay? Thank you very much.